It is springtime in the art auction market, but this year, rising tensions between the U.S. and China could dampen one of the most lucrative seasons for that industry. Robert Frank explains.
It is the biggest test of the year for the global art market. More than 2,000 pieces totaling between $1.5 and $2 billion set to be auctioned off by Sotheby's, Christie's, and Phillips this week. The big question: will the trade war, market swings, and China slowdown scare away the big bidders? Chinese buyers accounted for 29% of all global auction sales.
Of the top 20 lots sold at Sotheby's last year, 6 went to Asian buyers, so China is critical to the growth of the art market. But all collectors will be keeping a close eye on the stock market as well.
The biggest risk to the art markets is the same risk to the equity markets, it's the same risk to other things. It's black swans, challenges on a macro or political level. But there's not anything more focused on art than anything else for an equity or bondholder.
Many of the top trophies this week came from estate sales. The estate of Cy Newhouse, the former chief of Condé Nast, is selling the most expensive piece, Jeff Koons's rabbit sculpture. It is considered Koons's masterpiece. He only made 4. This is the last in private hands. It's expected to sell for $50 to $70 million at Christie's, even though it remains highly controversial.
That was such a shocker when Jeff first exhibited in 1986. People were thinking he's out of his mind. People called it outer-worldly, alien, awful, everything. So it was a really radical sculpture.
Christie's also selling this piece by Robert Rauschenberg, titled Buffalo 2. It comes from the estate of Beatrice Meyer, one of the heiresses to the Sara Lee fortune, and it's expected to sell for between $50 and $70 million.
And Sotheby's will sell one of Monet's famous grain stack paintings for over $55 million. And if you're in the market for a Koons animal sculpture but don't have $70 million to spare, you can pick up his elephant at Sotheby's for a mere $2 to $3 million. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Robert Frank at Christie's in Manhattan.